Okay.
So I need to look at you?
I'll come here and you look at me.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, how do you see that deleveraging process in Eastern Europe and in Romania?
We just finished a very interesting panel, and it's a debate. If you look at the numbers, the volume, there's actually no deleveraging. Certainly, country by country, institution by institution, the situation is different. And generally speaking, you see a growth which is much lower than in the previous years, certainly before crisis. What we have not seen is not dramatic decrease. So there's not been a dramatic credit crunch that could have been, affecting economies. There's much less demand. So especially in the corporate and also the large corporate, what we see is caution. All the projects have been put in standby, looking carefully at the development of the economies before considering steps. But overall, banks are still willing to lend. Generally speaking, in the region, all the banks are more capitalized than before. Liquidity has come back, and again, the situation is different from bank to bank. So we are very liquid, we are ready to lend. There's more attention also from the bank in the kind of lending. We need the quality more because we don't want to go back to the past where the NPL was skyrocketing. But overall, the situation we expect to improve, not dramatically, but in 2013 there will be an improvement, and then hopefully 2014 onwards more remarked.
2013 for Romania, it's another year where bankers and everybody hopes that the NPL will be picking up. Do you think that it will be like this, and how would you explain such a large amount of NPLs in Romanian balance sheets?
I also work in Romania for 1 year, so what I witness working there is that the crisis lasted in Romania longer than in other countries. So this is also a reason why some NPL ripple effect is still ongoing while other countries are performing better. Obviously the component of some industry, for example real estate, is heavier in Romania than in other countries. So it's a combination. We also expect some deterioration in NPL, but hopefully in the second part of the year it should bottom up, or actually peak, and then improve.
What will be the burden that this huge amount of NPLs will come on the further development of the economy?
I mean, banks have to deal with, again, it's a legacy portfolio, because since the first crisis, all banks in Romania have been much more attentive on the quality. The assessment of the credit quality has been perfected. So the problem is how to handle the legacy portfolio. Measures have been implemented by banks, selling, management. We also discussed it in the panel. There's no secret recipe. What I noticed in Romania, and this was my remark finally in the panel, that there's not much communication in the bank industry. I think that some of the cases could be better handled if the banks could talk and be more constructive together, in the benefit of the customer and benefit of the banks, of course.
There is a big demand for Romanian bonds, even in the national currency or in euros. How do you explain this, and is this good that everybody tries to lend money to the Romanian state right now?
The recent, Romania, first of all, is one of the countries who performed better in terms of reforms. And this was true since 2010 onwards. IMF is looking carefully, but Romania was, again, one of the best performers. Again, NPL is an issue, political stability is another, but the expectations are for situation to improve. So credit quality will get better. The country is solid and has a lot of opportunity. Just look at the huge potential in infrastructure, so investment, which are certainly need to be financed also from foreign investors. So I think it's a combination of everything between local improvement in the political economic arena and the interest because of the potential that Romania offers.
My last question is about the convergence of the Eastern economies. Do you think that the crisis increased the distance between the Western economies and the Eastern economies, or what was the effect?
It's not this, actually, no. If you look at the correlation, for example, of the export, many of our economies here are extremely tied to the Western Europe performance. There are countries whose exposure in export is more than 50% of their total export. So I still see a very big correlation, and this correlation should also remain in the future, not only because of the export from CEE, but because CEE is becoming more and more the manufacturing arm of the Western European countries. We see more interest now. I mean, crisis slowed down, but there is more interest from Western Europe companies, US companies now starting from Asia to invest in CEE. I mean, we are talking about serious investment. So overall, I see correlation continuing, actually not divergence. There will be a growth higher than in Eurozone. This is what we expect, and that's why CEE is appealing to us. But the correlation will remain high.
This was all my questions. If you have something else to add for our Romanian viewers.
Yeah, Romania is one of our more important subsidiary. We are there to remain. We want to get stronger and to play a role in the country as we've always done in the past. So,
thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.